He had never watched a football match, not one. And in 2020, this man spent $2.5 million on a club he found on a Google search. People thought it was a joke, a stunt, a tax write-off with a famous face attached. 6 years later, that same club is reportedly worth close to £350 million. But this story doesn't end where you think it does, because in 2026, the fairy tale stopped, 2 points short, and almost nobody outside Wales knows why. It didn't start with Reynolds. It started with Rob McElhenney. In 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, McElhenney did something absurd. He opened a laptop and searched how to buy a sports team. He found Wrexham, a working-class town in North Wales, a 161-year-old club, one of the oldest on Earth, stuck in the 5th tier for over a decade. Out of the Football League since 2008, something about it reminded him of Philadelphia, of people whose identity was wrapped up in a team. So he wrote one email, not to a studio, to Ryan Reynolds, a man he'd never met in person. The call came back at 2:30 in the morning. McElhenney was asleep, but he knew. Right then, Reynolds was in. 2 actors, one club they'd only ever seen on internet streams, and a town that had no idea what was coming. Here's what makes English football brutal and beautiful. You don't buy your way to the top, you climb, win, and you rise a league. Lose, and you're thrown down. Wrexham had been stuck at the bottom for 12 years. 2023, promoted. 2024, promoted again. 2025, promoted a 3rd straight time. No club in the entire history of English League football had ever done that. 3 in a row, Wrexham were the first, and the cameras caught all of it. Because there was a second engine running this whole time, one that turned a Welsh football club into a worldwide phenomenon. The documentary, Welcome to Wrexham. 8 Emmy Awards. A love letter to a working-class town beamed into millions of American homes. Suddenly, TikTok wanted in. United Airlines, a U.S. coffee brand paid to name a stadium in a country where it doesn't even sell its product. A club playing in front of 12,000 people was earning most of its money from the other side of the planet. That $2.5 million gamble? By 2025, reports valued the club at up to £350 million, a rise of, by some estimates, 17,000%. There was only one thing left to win, the biggest prize in the sport, and this year they were closer than they'd ever been. The Premier League, the Promised Land, football's richest stage. Wrexham spent 2026 in the Championship, one level below, and they were right in the hunt, fighting for a playoff place until the final day. May 2nd, they drew 2-2 with Middlesbrough. And across the country, a Hull City striker scored a goal that looked offside. There's no video review in that league. The goal stood. Wrexham finished 7th, their highest position in the club's entire history. And 2 points from the playoffs, the streak was over. And then, weeks later, something strange. That same summer, Reynolds turned up in the stands at the World Cup, back on home soil for Canada, one of the most recognizable owners in world football now. The kid who never watched a match. 2 points from the top of the sport. They didn't fail. They just haven't finished. If a face you thought you knew can rewrite an entire town's story, imagine what happens next season. Subscribe, and we'll be there when it does.